Death Prophet, Razor, Elder Titan, it's just a trifecta of death against a hero that relies on agility for armor stats like Morphling, like Medusa. But Sven's there to pump you up, to enable you to mitigate some of that physical damage.
Imagine if he gets Ags within power and then Medusa's just split-shotting everywhere. Oh my god.
That's sick.
We've just discovered the secret support that's OP in Sven. Alright, let's see if he can get to that point though. But Resolution will be taking the mag and we'll wait for him to load in as this is going to be the pause. And I'm actually really excited for this game. There's potential for Medusa to just start one-shotting people if she can get... I don't think she'll get any crit, but either way, the split shot's going to be just doing a tremendous amount.
Yeah, you always got to consider the late game aspect of this hero, and Divine Rapier it's not even like a risk item, it's a core item when it gets to a certain point, and Silence definitely one to bear that load, so we'll see what he can accomplish with it. But just going out of the draft right here, who do you favor, knowing obviously Empire has the late game, Seeker might have the early game, who do you think takes it just out the gate here?
If they can drain damage from Medusa, I'm gonna try to give it to Secret here. I wanna say that they'll be able to lock her down enough, but you don't see too many just on hit stuns besides Frostbite, so it'll be coming down to the coordination.
Yeah, definitely about that level of initiation. They don't have the easiest setup for Elder Titan skills, I think is a really important factor. He's got to go for some setup sleeps and pretty much enable himself to make things happen. But this is, by the looks of it, going to be one of the oldest usages of the Elder Titan, a dual support with a Crystal Maiden. This used to be very common when Crystal Maiden was a much more popular support, and ET was just blatantly imbalanced with the Astral Spirit being able to clear out creep waves so darn efficiently. But in this case here, they have pack a lot of punch, they have a decent amount of disable, and mixing that together, they have some real good control over this bottom lane.
30 seconds.
Yeah, gonna see how they want to play it, because you know Mag, I'm pretty sure he'll just be sitting back, and with some early levels in a Drunken Brawler, he'll be able to trade out pretty easily. But it'll be also up to Simba, or S4, I guess. Not S4, it's oh man, I forget his name. I can't remember when they changed their names like that, but he'll be up here and just trying not to die for the most part. If you can get a good creep too, and maybe a satyr or even the extra armor could help out from a centaur too. So it'll be up to see if you can get that. And now the big battle for the runes is gonna come out, and it looks like who's gonna get the bounty here. All right, so Silent will get the bounty. So a nice little early start for him.
Yeah, maybe some right clicks come out onto Mag from Big Daddy's Invisor pickup, but generally not going to be as big of a deal, especially since the Dire did see him pick it up.
He had an early sentry, and he cleared out that top ward. Simba, nice.
Very nice play there. Offlaner's getting any less vision that allows him to be that much further forward in the lane, and the supports don't know automatically to start zoning out at a certain position. Still, Solo will try to control where the creep waves connect, and it is going to be in a position where Simba can leech some experience. But one thing, before we get ahead of ourselves, do want to go ahead and do diligence and introduce the teams. So looking over at the Radiant side, we see Team Secret. It's going to be Puppy starting in the jungle here. Going to go for a Frostbite and Arcane Aura build. One Clarity is all he needs to get himself rolling, and Frostbite's so good at jungling. But anyways, he's on the CM. We do have Big Daddy No Tail on the Elder Titan with Natural Order first. Gonna leave Death Prophet to farm of the mid lane, that's S4. We do have Razor farming safely, and that's Kuraki, as well as on the offlane Simba, aka Fly My Schneckle, on that offlane Doom.
And on the side of Empire, you know, you got Solo just trading it out with Simba right now, doing his work on the Shadow Demon. And then we have Sven just on the safe side, just looking to pull and try to stack up as much as possible. Silent up top is going to be farming on that safe lane Medusa. And then Resolution will be taking the Mag mid, so we're going to look to see what timing is going to be his Blink Dagger, while Mag is going to be playing down bot, and he's actually laning fairly aggressively, so he's got to he's not going to be afraid at all. He's just moving up. If he trades with Big Daddy, it's pretty good for him, because with Natural Order first, he does lose some armor, but it's not really that big of a deal, as you know, he's just more reliant to get the XP.
So S4 knows the Magnus pretty well in and out, but Resolution is also one of the top Magnus players in the Western scene. So these two, they know exactly what the Magnus is capable of, and it's interesting to see their little pirouette, their little back and forth here, a bit of fencing between the two. But for right now, it's going to be 10-3 for the CS of S4 on that Death Prophet, and only 6-3 through the use of Bottle Crow and Shockwave Span for Resolution. So not off to the best start, but
Mag is getting blocked down top. I mean, down bot. He's gonna get chased down by the toe too. That was a good sleep.
If Puppey was involved at all, there would be some real kill potential, but without any slows or stuns, it literally is just, can we get in front of him and block him to Kingdom Come? But right now, it seems like it's just going to be zoning, harassment, and Brew will, in the end, be in an okay position to actually bring down Big Daddy. This is bad! One more right click will not come through. The sleep will come across, but he's still going to look to pursue. Nice body block now from Karaki, but Big Daddy's going to dance around a bit. Here comes Puppey with the Frostbite, and Mag is the one to have overextended here. The Plasma Field will finish him off. First blood is spilled by Karaki, and that is going to set him off for a great position. Big Daddy playing it down to the wire, but in the end, he emerges triumphant with the help of the Crystal Maiden.
All right, and even Fly came down too, so he was there just in case. But either way, it was a good job by Big Daddy to kite that out and bait it out for a little while, and Mag just getting a little too over aggressive there. But in the meantime, you know, Silent, he's got the most farm in the game, 18-9 right now, and he's even getting the pulls on the big camps too, which helps out a tremendous amount. It's going to deny a bunch of farm. He's just going to pick up the last hits, and this is a great start for the Medusa too. And in mid, a little bit of a rough time for resolution, but you know, it's going to be the Death Prophet either way. She's just going to Crypt Swarm all the way through, and it's going to make it a rough time for him.
Yeah. The switch up of the Flying Courier, where it has generally the same average movement speed but doesn't get the burst that you want when your bottle's empty, makes it harder to go for the Crow play that Resolution is going for here. And obviously with 2 rune spawns, you want to look to contest at least one of those, but Secret have just been pretty much locking those down. They will cover the top spawn as well. They of course have Puppey on the bottom spawn, so S4 refills his bottle and Resolution just keeps on drinking from the tap. He is going to be sending the Courier back once again with this 2-sip method.
I don't know. I haven't really been seeing too much bottle crowing as of late, but if they're confident enough to just keep on letting him use the Courier and just let him stay as healthy as possible in this lane, then why not? And they have a smoke on this Courier right now too. And are they going to be looking to roam mid out here? Yeah. They're going to actually pop it, it looks like, after they're done clearing this camp.
Yep. So, kill potential against S4 right now. He's got Brown Boots, he's got 2 points of Witchcraft, and there is the potential counter-rotation from heroes like the Crystal Maiden, but nobody else really has anything. And in fact, Puppey doesn't have a TP. He doesn't have a single item in his inventory. Just going for the bare bones jungle build, and I don't know if they have the response, but fortunately for S4 at least, they're not eyeing him just yet. Looking at the opportunity up top, the wave's pushed out too far, so they will end up making their play through the flank, going in through this jungle path here, carved out with 6.82, and finding themselves right under the tower with bonus armor from the Warcry.
Oh, Big Daddy's dead. There comes the stun, and they'll follow it up. The Medusa damage is going to come through. They even amplified a little bit. He'll try to get the stomp off, but it's not enough. Solo will be able to pick up the last hit, and they'll get some good damage here on this tier 1, but either way, that's not what you want to see. The kill's going up top, and the XP is going to be going over to Silent too. He's almost level 6, so he's going to be a little scary. So it's an interesting strategy going in for rotating the Doom into the jungle as soon as he farms up the Tranquil Boots. Obviously it gives him some good sustained farm and damage output, but it is going to bring Elder Titan up to the top lane in the offlane role very late in the game, where he's up against like level 7, level 8 heroes, and he's only level 4, level 5. So there is that significant disadvantage, but if he just plays the standard Elder Titan way, he uses the Astral Spirit to ward them off the tower and otherwise hug it and survive for dear life, that's going to be the name of the game. But okay, never mind. He gets away from the stop. He's okay. He just uses that that battle cry, or the war cry there, to just get out. And the bounty runs down bot, and it looks like Puppey's going to be able to snag that one. He's got the boots. He's finally got some item in his inventory, and he'll be able to capitalize with that. I don't know when he's going to be looking to come out of this jungle, but he's farming it up. He's actually helping out Fly a little bit too. So let's see. What creep did he get? He got the Pack Leader Aura too, so he's gonna have those crits early on. It'll help him with the clear, and I guess Big Daddy's just gonna be left to defend for himself here too in this top lane. He did get a bit of a pull, so he's gonna try to leech the XP there, and it's gonna be a little rough for him. The solos were doing pretty well, but the solos were doing pretty well on the side of Team Secret, but Silent is still keeping up, and you know, with him not dying early on, it's gonna be pretty scary later on for Empire. I mean,
rinse and repeat though. We're gonna see Soneko as well as Solo make their way through that same path, Warcry into the tower, preventing the stomp, and Big Daddy is going down once more. So great flank movement. The off lane's just really living up to their old reputation of the suicide lane. They're not nearly as survivable as they used to be. So we do see, once again, the Elder Titan getting picked off and momentum swinging forward for Empire. And this is huge because, again, they're the ones with the scaling. They're the ones that can be perfectly happy to play passively, but if they gain that extra little bit of boon for the Medusa and for their supports, then they're going to be all the better off for it.
Yeah, her Ring of Achilles is done now, so she's going to have that. She even picks up the Elven Skin Bracer, too. So she is going to be farming up a storm at this point. And in mid, the Prophet did end up using the Exorcism, so trying to whittle away at that tier 1, but not doing too much as Resolution is there, and even have the Sven in the back just in case. The rune is going to be falling in 5 seconds, so they want to try to get it on the side of Empire, and uh-oh, Sven's getting chased out. The Crypt Swarm comes in, the auto attack, is it enough? He's going to be able to run away. The Warcry keeping alive for just a little bit longer as the last bit of the souls just take him down. And in the meantime, the chase is going on to Big Daddy. He does get away, but there's Kuroki coming in. He's going to leech a bunch of XP, a bunch of damage, and just get the auto attacks to take him down. And Mag looking to go next, and the Crypt Swarm will get S4 the double kill, and that's a good bunch of kills coming in from the side of Team Secret.
And he ends that fight with practically full mana. The regen rune was used just for a pushing tool, but when they started getting themselves in position, oh boy, that would have been a really bad one to feed away. But either way, they get so many kills off of that, including delaying the Brewmaster's level 6, and they just get such a great level of control over the mid lane and in general over the game. The haste rune will be picked up by Death Prophet if she needs it. For now, S4 is just happy with the kill momentum he's acquired. He is now not only top 3 in CS, but he is right up there with Razor in the kills. And he's got a lot of net worth to speak of.
Okay, I thought he was gonna like try to skewer in with the disruption with the TP from Resolution, but it doesn't look like they're gonna go for it either way. We have the top farm of the game being that Medusa too, so Silent, he's given a lot of space. He's got 1 kill and an assist too, and it feels like he's gonna be going towards you know, just the worth Yasha, if anything.
Oh yeah. This is actually a pretty standard build from the Deuces that I've seen so far, is always building a Yasha and keeping it casual. You don't need the Manta style unless you're up against like a Treant Protector or a Lone Druid or a really fast Orchid from a ranged intelligence hero. But yeah, in this position, it's just perfectly fine to build up the movement speed, as she is a very slow hero, and that'll increase her farm rate dramatically as she moves towards the real item she wants.
And late game is going to be rather exciting too for this Medusa. She's got to worry about it quite a bit, and I want to say that she's going to be picking up a Linken's early on, and the fight for the rune is going to commence possibly. We do have Big Daddy on the side. They do pop that Warcry, but there's really not much for them to catch out. And Resolution, he's really not even close to his Blink Dagger at this point too, so he's got a little ways to go.
Game being controlled pretty well, but they do have Soneko nearby. They're going to pop the Exorcism. This is going to have to be contested by Empire pretty heavily. They have the Fortification. They definitely want to use this RP here, but who do they bring in for it? They want the Deucer to keep farming, so it's got to be the Brew. But Brew has no TP and would be very transparent in going to the side chop. So they go for the gradual counter push, pop the Fortification within deny range. But in the end, the damage is favoring Secret, and they'll get the last hit.
That was a good stomp, too, by Big Daddy.
Real good.
To delay them out quite a bit. That double stomp working out pretty well for them. Silent up top, he's going to get TP'd on as well, and they'll stop his push for a little bit as Kuroki's going to pop on in there. And down bot, you know, Mag has been keeping himself pretty quiet. He's actually below CS quite a bit to fly. Simba, he was jungling for a bit, and now he's hit that lane, and he's just farming up a storm. He's making up the difference from being down on that top side for quite a while.
Yeah. Now, a lot of those kills are from the neutral jungle, so they're lower gold density, but they're still going to be a nice count to stack up, and obviously, once he gets that Hand of Midas, on top of the Devour, he's going to be able to just build up that gold advantage very, very quickly. So this is going to put a little bit more pressure on Empire to not just look at passivity, not just look at farming the Medusa, but also getting some kills here and there on Team Secret when they find the openings.
Puppy. There was a ping out mid. Just he's going to lane a little bit now. He's kind of tired of jungling, so he's got that 6, but he doesn't level the ultimate. He's just going to keep on maxing the Arcane Aura, just maximize his utility with those mana regeneration points. So everybody's got 2 extra mana regen. They can spam out as much as possible, and that actually helps out, you know, mid lane quite a bit. S4 was just able to keep the Crypt Swarms coming, just use the bottle charges whenever he felt like he needed some health. But I really like the way that this Crystal Maiden pick has worked out so far.
Yeah, just a nice little bit of income boost across the board, as well as a little bit of help when he's needed. So, I mean, when you try to compare it to other jungling supports that move, we obviously did look at the Chen, the Enchantress, and the Sand King. But the one thing that Crystal Maiden gets the benefit of is the fact that she's not really worried about a single specific camp being warded. If a single camp's warded, she'll just go ahead, frostbite a different one. She's not relying on which one spawn, when she's going to be able to stack them, so on and so forth. So she's a little bit more flexible there, and it's also the fact that when she's off the map, she's a real threat for potential ganks on the mid lane, on the side lane. You just don't know what she's up to, and that aspect of the unknown really increases the threat of Puppey in the early stage of the game.
Alright, and it's going to be a bit of a lull in the action, I guess. Just going to be the casual pushing, and surprising enough, the only tower to die right now is that mid one from the side of Empire, so keeping that minor advantage. But again, I'm looking at Silent. He's currently the top leader in the farm by quite a bit now. He's just going to keep on going. He's got the Asha, and he's going to be building towards that Perseverance, as Lincoln's looks to be possibly his next item, or we could see the kind of Medusa-esque where they build two of the 2/2 items, I believe, and just work towards their final ones. I feel like it'll be the Lincoln Sphere into Manta, or I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways to go with it, but it's something going to be the Lincoln Sphere first and foremost, and we'll see the progression from there. Once you've got durability, there's so many different ways you can go as far as the offensive potential of the hero. If you want to go and nullify some of the damage you're going to be receiving from Medusa, Butterfly is always really good. But, I mean, in this position, Razor is going to be focusing on Aghanim Scepter, and I don't think Deuce is going to have to pick up an MKB as my main
there's a smoke down bot, actually. So S4 and Fly and Puppey are down there right now. This could be pretty bad for Solo or Mag, depending on if he can get the split off. But
it's all about Puppey, though. He has to get the disable.
Doom? Doom's gonna come through. There it goes. Doom's gonna get chased down onto Mag. He cannot split.
Oh, that
Solo's
freezing
going
field
down.
from Puppey! A double kill coming out for him, getting really good RNG on the freezing field, as well as just benefiting from the fact that it's a damn good spell. The buff and the radius of explosions makes it do like comparable damage to a Shadow Fiend ultimate. You really got to watch that thing, and right there, just cleaning it up, getting a perfect flank off, and they didn't know what hit him. Very nice movement. Wow. It's going to be a tier 1 for tier 1 trade, as we do see Empire forcing that issue, forcing the glyph, and in the end should be taking this tier 1. Puppey, he doesn't have much to say about that here, but they will get the TP in from the Death Prophet. Exorcism has expired, and the tower will fall.
He's got the Yules too, just stopping Resolution a little bit there, and it looks like they're going to keep this push going down on the bot side too. Kuroki just laying on in. He doesn't have any damage stat though, but he's got plus 36, so he's pretty strong at this point too. And the top side doing relatively the same. They wanna keep on pushing through, but they'll back off, and Silent finishes up the Perseverance. And they'll pick up an Invis rune here too for Resolution. He could actually put that to work fairly soon, and he's got a Blink Dagger as well. So we're gonna see him start trying to mobilize now and get those RPs.
Yep, he definitely needs to make those happen very shortly. He's got the Blink Dagger, and they really need to enable that hero, and that'll in turn enable Mag to make sure that his Primal Split is a very valuable tool. For now, we're going to see the Stomp actually come out. This is a great time for Kuroki to go for the Static Link damage sap, but instead he just breaks immediately with Plasma Field, harasses him back once again. Now, one thing is that Resolution is stalking onto Simba. The Doom is cooling down, though, so he's ready to fight if he doesn't get perma-disabled throughout his death.
That was a nice blanking to skewer, and just a simple follow-up, and even Silent snagging the kill too. He was empowered up, and they might want a little bit more here, but Resolution gets just completely destroyed out by that, and he'll get Static Link as well. He's got to run away. He'll TP in front. Medusa even popping the ultimate. A good two-man stop coming in from Big Daddy. As they get the Chalice on Resolution, he's able to blink on out of there, and they get the Yules. Uh-oh, they might pick up a kill here on Solo. Oh, nice disruption to block himself away from the Crypt Swarm, and can he get out is the question. He's going to pop his extra damage, and there was no follow-up. He just melts, and Kuroki will pick up that final last hit.
Just delaying the inevitable. If they clumped a little bit harder, obviously Resolution would have considered the RP, but he was looking at the geometry of it, didn't see the big opening they needed on that choke point, and it would have been greater risk than reward. So, and then they just lose the support, Shadow Demon, not a hefty cost, but Secret is really racking up the kills now. On top of that, they're actually starting to get real map control. Like before, Empire had a bunch of great Observer Wards in place, and they still have a couple good ones that will be expiring in maybe 2 to 4 minutes, but the big one that I'm seeing here is on the bottom lane for the Radiant side. Team Secret placed this when they took down the tier 1, and they can see enemies farming Ancients, they can see anybody farming on the bottom lane, and that is going to allow them to get the pickoffs they really need.
Uh-oh. They have a read on Resolution here. He's going to blink in. Uh-oh, there goes the Doom as well. There's the Spirit coming out. Can he get the stomp is the question. Static Field comes through, and Resolution is just going to die to that. But a Primal Split comes in from the side. They get the Tornado. They're going to keep Kuroki up on the side as those Broodlings are trying to do what they can. But Sven is on Puppey right now, and he's got stick charges to keep himself alive. There's just everything everywhere. As Puppey now is going to be able to turn. There's the Static Field to come in from Kuroki for the kill. Meanwhile, the Broodlings, they're chasing down onto Fly, and they take him down. Static Link on the Solo in mid, and a few more auto attacks will come in. Kuroki, can he get in range is the question. No, he's not able to get the last hit, and Solo's going to be able to juke around, but the field comes out, and it looks like he'll be able to get out with the assistance of that stomp, and that's going to be a 1-for-3 trade, actually, in the favor of Team Secret.
In the meantime, S4 is able to put pressure here on the top lane, so they are going to be putting some damage into that tier 2 tower very quickly and start establishing dominance over Empire's jungle. The big thing here is that the Doom made it, although Magnus was denied, he could not bring the RP to the fight, and we haven't really seen the impact of this Magnus just yet, so looking to see what he can do as he moves in towards a Blink 4 staff combo, but it really comes down to just him actually getting into the fights and getting that ulti off. But for now, Team Secret, they get the jump on him every time. And that's obviously not what you're looking for as an initiating hero.
Alright, and I gotta say, initiating on that fight towards the Secret Shop too was really good. They got Resolution just completely out, and he just couldn't do anything, unfortunately, and they were just able to clean up right after that. And I gotta say, still, the Medusa's looking pretty scary. She has yet to die. She almost has her ultimate orb as well, so that Perseverance is going to be coming online very, very soon. And they have to be a little bit scared here. They need to start pressuring out, I feel like, some more of those tier 2 towers.
Yeah, we'll see their next course of action. They definitely want this game to end sooner rather than later, but they also can't rush it too hard. They have a decent net worth advantage, and losing a couple of heroes in the next fight unnecessarily could swing that and rubber band that right back in the enemy favor. So yeah, they will exhaust another smoke that is their last one out of the shop, but they will find an opening here onto the poor Shadow Demon, who's had a really rough time of things.
He disrupts himself, but he's just gonna fall. Sad times for Solo right now. And it looks like they may want more. They got the Yules coming in here off the Sven, but a good RP coming in with a 2-man Impale going as well back towards that tier 2, but they're just not doing enough damage to follow it through. And the Crypt Swarm from S4 will pick up that kill. Meanwhile, there's gonna be the Blink and the Doom on a Resolution. He is gone to this one. Who's gonna get the last hit? It looks like he'll just tick away sadly from that Doom. And he'll go down, and another 3 kill exchange going in the favor of Secret, and they're just racking it up. 2,000 XP, 1,000 gold as well, and it's looking a little scary for Empire right now.
Yeah, I mean, Silent's farming this whole time, but I don't feel he's farming fast enough. Like, the split shot clear against Ancients, we're not seeing that realized because of the Great Observer Ward from Secret. We do have a quick disconnect from Solo. We'll have him back in just a moment, but as far as this Medusa goes, she can't farm by herself because there's still a lot of pick-off potential just from Team Secret if Doom is able to get the blink on her, etc. And it's just right now she needs so much more. She is topping the net worth, and that's great, but we have 3 heroes in contest for Secret as they get the tower momentum, as they get the kill advantage, and Medusa alone at this stage in the game is not enough to prevent them from going for a Roshan if they do want it. It's only the RP, which is now on cooldown, that was preventing them, and I think Team Secret are going to make their way there very shortly. Yeah,
they're most likely going to pick up this regen rune up top, so they're hanging around, and alright, let's see what they want to do. They have also a rune down bot. They know it's the bounty rune. They can pick it up. I feel like they might still be scared of the Medusa, because if one team fight goes awry, like if we see an RP connect on 2 or 3 members, and Silent's just able to lay on in with that split shot and maybe even get the Stone Gaze off, it could be a turning point for them, but at this point it just looks like the coordination and just the pure gank potential from Team Secret is just looking to be too strong for Empire right now. And he can buy up the Lincoln Sphere if he wants to right now, but he's kind of holding on to money. He wants to try to get a split push game on, but it just feels like it's a little too late. I know it's only 20 minutes in to say that, but he really has only participated in all of his team skills, excuse me, of the 4.
Yeah, they only have 4 is the big issue here. They're just not gaining anything resolute in these engagements. We're seeing the movement down bottom Sven's going to be backing off, and they're going to see him scouted out. So I really do think that Roshan was something that they should have been considering a little bit more directly, but now 15 seconds left on that RP CD, just a little bit too dangerous perhaps. But Medusa up on the top lane, committed here. Lincoln's flying out from the courier. It's going to be harder to pick him off for sure. I mean, level death obviously breaks through the Lincoln Sphere pretty easy, and the Yule Scepter or any potential future 4 stabs as well. But at least for the moment, he feels pretty good that if he can nullify one spell, he can start moving in the right direction to get the support of his allies and to survive with that large mana pool.
Look at S4 too. He's got his Reaver. He's going to be building that heart really soon. So he's sitting on quite a bit of money. Just needs about 600 more gold. And this tier 2 down bot, there's nobody defending it from the Empire side. So it looks like Kuroki will just be able to take it down. The late TPs are coming on through. And it's only Mag, so he can't really do anything. He'll get stomped as well. And there's the Earth Splitter on top of it. No, he can't get the split. He gets interrupted by the Earth Splitter. I've actually never seen that interaction happen before, but alright, he'll blink on in, and there is the BKB coming in from Kuroki. He's not too scared. He'll sap some of that Broodling Strength to come on through, and S4 will get stunned up. They'll Tornado the Doom, keep him up in the air for quite a little while.
Oh, Silent.
Oh, Silent's coming in, but he can't do anything as the stun comes in from the Sven. He's too slow. The Spirits and the Crypt Swarm will pick him off as Kuroki's still just going on in. The Mana Shield not even going to last that long, but Resolution with an RP only onto 1 to stop S4 for a little while. And either way, he's got the regen rune. Solo's getting taken out almost as S4. He's just coming in speedy, flying on through. He's able to juke the Crypt Swarm, but for how long? The Souls finally find him. He'll end up following a mega kill streak for S4, and now it looks like it's going to be the tier 3 tower going down here. Those Exorcism Spirits just doing work.
It's the base breaker there, man. I mean, Exorcism is out, the tier 3 is down, and S4 is back up to full HP, and I have to use some of HP at that. Medusa still has a lot of potential, but Resolution, he's kind of out. And unfortunately, when they went for the stun from Sven, they hit on a Stone Gaze target, so his only real thing that he contributes to the fight other than Warcry, and he kind of just completely wasted it. Along with that, the Shadow Demon hasn't really shown his impact too directly. The Demonic Purge on Razor is only just a thing that he shrugs off over a few seconds, and yeah, Kuroki was still able to do a lot of damage in that fight with the Eye of the Storm, and just those 2 big ultis, Eye of the Storm plus Exorcism. It's a really tall order for Empire to deal with at this stage in the game, and they're still in farm mode. They're still in a turtle position, but at least they hold the base for now. The Rex standing at about 70% HP apiece.
Alright, then the range Rex, you know, they don't ever regen, unfortunately, so it'll stay low for a little while. And we'll see. Empire need to do something. The RP is going to be up currently in 20 seconds, so if they want to try to make the comeback, they need to do it on that timing. But S4, he's got his heart. He's building out towards, I feel like, I don't know what he'll build out towards. Maybe a Shiva's or something like that. But
yeah, he definitely needs the armor, so that would probably be the best course of action for him. And
maybe even an AC, you know, help out the team with that. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah,
you know?
I've seen it. I see TC on the kind of the North American scene build that one much more frequently than most others, but I always like that idea. AC is a very powerful item, and it will also make it more difficult for Empire to survive. It's great with the Elder Titan, and ET is focused on going for this Yule Scepter. Why do you think he went for the Yule Scepter in this circumstance?
I feel like it'll synergize pretty well with S4 too. So you can line them up for a silence. You can line them up to get frostbitten or anything like that. The range on Yules too is pretty deceptive, so you can get caught out by that. So it works pretty well with Earth Splitter as well. If you time the Earth Splitter, then by God, you're really good at this game.
Yeah, you can kind of set up your own spells and make things happen with your ultimate, but I don't know, I've used that Aghanim Scepter and it just feels so potent that the Yules might seem like a derivative course of item progression, but we'll still see him pick it up. A lot of mana regen now. He has pretty much infinite mana with the Arcane Aura as well as this Yules, so a lot of Astral Spirits going to be flying about, and that's going to give him some nice value there. Still, they're roaming about the Roche Pit right now, kind of getting the ward system under control, but I think they at least should be kind of laying stake to this territory to make sure Deuce's not farming Ancients, but also consider the big boss man in the pit, as Empire, they're really focused on making sure these racks stand, and if you keep the creep wave pushed out to at least past these steps, you have a decent buffer time period where they're not confident to contest the pit. But for now, they still don't go for the ambitious play. Resolution is enough to ward them off, and they're going to look to take down the tier 2, because these two tier 2 towers, the one in the mid lane and the bottom lane, are essentially the gatekeepers to Roshan for Team Empire, and by taking these two down, they should be able to keep enough map control to make it very difficult to invade the pit.
It's fun watching Big Daddy. He just keeps throwing out that Astral Spirit and just completely scouting them out too. So if they want to defend this tier 2, and it doesn't look like they will be able to, they don't even have fortification either. So this tier 2 is just gonna fall, plain and simple like that. And the waves are pushing out too. Like the wave equilibrium just looking really good for them, but they'll just back off after that. They're currently, I'm gonna look at the net worth real quick. It's still Nusa on the top. It's Medusa on the top still, and right behind her, who's trailing. You got the Razor, Prophet, and Doom. Everybody else on the side of Empire, though, they're really kind of falling behind. This Sven pick did not work out all too well for them. He's got to earn, too. And it is not looking too good for Empire right now. They really need Medusa to get some more farm. She almost has her Manta.
Yeah, that'll be nice if he can really get the active off. It's a little bit of extra durability, but it's not a game-breaking item by any stretch. It's a small progression from the two components he already has, and honestly, he could break out a Frostbite, and that's about it. Along with that, I think he's going to be maybe the main Doom target next to the Brewmaster. Like, obviously it's great to get the Doom on the Magnus, and we've seen that a lot, but now he's picked up the Aghanim Scepter. He wants either one of two things. He either is already thinking long-term towards the Refresher, where he wants 2 long-duration Dooms out on his targets, or he just wants to make sure that he nullifies one of the 2 major passives here, which would be the Drunken Brawler, Crit, and Dodge, or the Split Shot from the Medusa.
And alright, this is going to be the simple Roche over to the side of Team Secret, and I really don't know what Empire can do. They need like a perfect 5-man RP, if anything, and so like a good combination of abilities from them, but they're going to push out, and the racks are still open down bot. If they want to commit to that, they can. They have the Aegis. It was picked up by...
Karaki. Now, it is worth mentioning that the Eye of the Storm no longer persists through the reincarnation effect, so you don't get the freebie where you just keep that going whether or not you die the first time. It only works for one single one, but you already see Karaki moving the courier out to the secret shop, looking for that AC. AC, a 9-second BKB, drums, and Aegis up on this Razor. It's very difficult to deal with this threat now, especially with the DP right behind him. So this is their time.
His BKB is still 9 seconds as well. He's only used it one time, the time that he's had it too, so he's going to be able to just run through this base and absolutely not be afraid of anything.
Natural Order taking 13 out of Silence 16 armor away. He only gets 3 armor there. I am looking at the Ring of Aquila will give him a nice little boost there, but yeah, he's not getting much there. And
once you see the AC come in, he'll have 1 armor. Pretty much he has 1 armor at this point, so they'll be able to just charge the high ground, and if they can win the fight, they pretty much win the game here, I believe. If Empire can't defend this.
Yeah, so we're going to see going in. They will get the Lincoln's popped onto Silent. Here, the Earth Splitter coming out. Silent gets hit. He will be force-tapped out, but they're purely on the defensive, forcing the glyph very early, and we still don't see a good spot for an RP. They're spreading out so they won't be hit by multiple disables, and they're going to be able to take these racks without Empire finding their opening to initiate. They're just so worried about the potential damage output, and it's a free Rex. The Primal Slit will finally come out. Karaki is going to take some big damage here, but he gets the BKB off and pops the Eye of the Storm. So now we're going to see the Pandas start evaporating, all of them dropping down, and Silent uses the Stone Gaze defensively. Finally, Resolution comes out with a huge RP, but is it enough? There's the Stormhammer coming out, the right clicks coming in from the Medusa, but now she's doomed up. Can they actually clean it? The Aegis pop for Karaki's right back in it, doing some damage to Solo and looking for one more right click. Silent on the run with that Doom in proximity of the Aghanim Scepter. It will not fade, and now Mags takes a big hit. Nice stun from Soniko, allowing them to escape, but that's all they can do. All they can do is run. All they can do is hide. Now they're in pursuit, but is it too late? They've already lost the racks. They haven't really taken much out of this fight. It's Resolution jumping in. A nice skewer onto Karaki, but the Yules still. Karaki will stand. Finally, the Stormhammer coming in and getting onto 2, but now their damage is gone. Silent needs to really pummel with this split shot, but it's just not enough. Big Daddy walking away. The dieback is real for him, but Simba turns around and level deaths him in the face. Now the right clicks. There's that Serpent. Simba dropping down to 100 HP. The Scorched Earth just barely enough to speed him away for the blink.
Are they going to try to turn here? Oh, Solo. No, he's going to be caught out Solo, and it looks like he might go down here. He's silenced up. They're getting the autos to come in. Kuroki, there's the Crypt Swarm. Oh, the Serpent comes out, but not going to bounce down, and they get the final bit, and Solo will end up falling. And even with the dieback, they still lose the racks, and Empire still in a pretty poor position here. And, oh man, and now finally, Medusa, her net worth has been topped, and you're going to see that happen with the Death Prophet. She's just going to keep clearing out the waves, and I really don't think this Medusa pickup really worked out the way Empire planned it to.
Well, the game's not over yet. Only
not.
one lane of racks down. Deuce is a hero that can actually deal with full-on mega creeps, like 6 racks down.
She skipped the Monza.
Oh yeah, no, that's my favorite way to do it. Is you just have the Ultimate Orb and the Yasha casually, but the Manta, honestly, it's not that great of an item. Again, it's a Frostbite breaker right now, and he needs more. So he gets the tankiness from the Scotty, gets a little bit of slow on the primary target, and yeah, we'll see what he can do with a little bit more stats to play around with. But for now, sells the Magic Wand, gets that much needed TP, and yeah, they're going to look to drag this one out just a little further. But Secret, they already have kind of started with the foothold on the bottom lane. They want more. They get the Shivas up on the Death Prophet, and they're going to be looking into at least take down this tier 2, if not push him for more.
Solo, are they going to go in on him again? Puppy, he'll get the Frostbite as well. The Exorcism comes on through from S4. He's going to chase this one down, and Solo, oh, having a rough game here. He'll end up falling as Kuroki gets a nice little whip for the last hit, and the Exorcism is out, but the backdoor protection is still up, so they kind of need to push out the wave there. But either way, it was a nice little pick off. You can see the Yules coming into effect, and Puppy on that jungling Crystal Maiden. He's been doing pretty well. He's got a rod of Atos too, so able to slow them up. You saw the effect to synergize with the Echo Stomp there from the Titan.
Yeah, now they're going to look to pursue onto Silent here. If he stops for a TP, he's just going to get Yules, but S4 has the move speed advantage, so he's going to get Yules one way or another, and they can follow that up with the Frostbite. This is Silent getting caught out, and he's going to have to fight his way out of it. There's no running. The Yules from S4 is still not coming. I kind of feel like he could just set up the Frostbite.
He's waiting for the TP. Oh, he's got to disable the Lincolns as well, and so he'll do that with the Yules.
Yeah, but they need the Atos to connect as well, is the thing. But the Atos is out of range. They get the Doom out on Mag. He'll be on the run, and Silent will look to turn it with the Stone Gaze. But he just can't get in on a single target other than Puppy, who looks to try to turn it with the Freezing Field, but just gets obliterated by the right clicks. Now, a nice Earth Splitter coming out from Big Daddy No Tail. Silent standing his ground, though. He'll keep right clicking, and there's a massive RP setting up Silent for the right clicks. He does get slept for a moment, but in the end it breaks. Double Yules comes out, and S4 will be dropping here. A very big kill for Silent. Unstoppable, triple kill, and ending a Wicked Sick.
That is a absolute truck ton of money going over to Medusa there. She picked up 3,000 gold from that fight alone. What I said, I take it back. I'm not gonna lie. That was a really impressive fight coming from Empire's side, and despite the net worth disadvantages, Resolution hit that 2-man RP and a skewer into the tree line, so really well played. And the Medusa, she just couldn't go down. Fly, he blinked into the trees actually over here and got stuck, so that was really unfortunate for him.
That new terrain, I don't mess with him for sure.
Yeah.
But
either way, that was a good comeback there. A little bit of a comeback mounting.
Yeah, it looked like Puppy was just outside of range for the Rod of Atos. It has a very long range of initiation, but you had to get both the Yules and the Atos on to actually connect on the Medusa, and then obviously we have the Frostbite to cancel any TP attempt, but they just couldn't chase him down fast enough. The Yasha proves extremely invaluable as it keeps him alive, and yeah, this is Rapier time. PDS Dodo knows it. We know it. It's going to be the Divine Rapier.
Oh man, the relic is here. So let's. It's gonna be scary now. You gotta be a little afraid. She can deal with these super minions just fine in the bot lane and keep the wave pushed out as long as possible, and it'll help her farm up that rapier. She's almost got it too, and with the Empower, and Sven has nowhere near an Axe unfortunately, so she's not gonna have that for herself. But the Empower will be enough, and we'll see her with like plus 400 damage, just destroying people.
Exactly, and that's with split shot on. It'll be insane. But at least for right now, he's shown that he can muster the survivability he needs if he's not the focus target in 100%. And if he is the focus target, they're usually clumped up enough that the resolution RP should be enough to turn the fight back in their favor anyways. Really is going to come down to Doom finding the refresher orb. For now, he has a 9-second BKB, a Blink, a Midas, but he's really got to get that refresher as quickly as possible. And on that note, it looks like Death Prophet looks to do the same. Oblivion Staff, you're not going to be building an Orchid on this hero at this point in time. This is a refresher and looking for the back-to-back exorcisms. Can't stack them, but you can I wouldn't necessarily say refresh because you still want the heal at the end, but as soon as you get the heal, then you just pop another one, and it obviously nullifies some of the weakness of the exorcism. But there it is, the big divine.
It's done. They're going to try to make a move here with the smoke, though, from the side of Secret. They're scouting out the Roshan pit, but he's not going to be up for quite a little while, and they're going to go for it right now. This Sentry, we're not going to see them, unfortunately, and their ping's coming out from the side of Puppey. He'll drop a ward out, and I don't think they're going to get anything out of the smoke. Team Empire just playing really defensive right now. Silent has the Rapier online, and they're going to be relying on him for this point. I really don't think he's going to be playing up front anymore. He'll just be looking to sit in the back, use that mana shield, and split shot away at everybody.
The most important thing here is that Team Secret control Roshan, because if Medusa gets an Aegis on top of this Divine, there's no going back. So they have to keep control of this pit, even though Rosh hasn't spawned yet and will not, we'd see, for about a minute and a half. They have to keep tabs on this pit constantly, because this is an objective they cannot lose. Otherwise, the Empire just take the easiest route to the finish line here. We do see Brewmaster picking up just a nice little casual Vlad's. Very underfarmed, honestly. No Aghanim Scepter or anything like that, but just the armor is going to be enough to supplement what they're already getting from the Warcry, as well as potentially from NAC. Long term, they just need to keep armor on their heroes to tank up, to survive, and to make sure that these mass exorcisms aren't going to be just tearing them apart.
Mass pings are coming out too as soon as Solo placed that ward, and we're gonna actually see them try to get a bit of a flank out here, but never mind. They throw out the Spirit, and they won't commit to it just yet. As you can already see, Silence trying to get in position here. They're gonna come on through. There's a blink coming in from Mag. The stomp goes in. He splits it, gets it off, but he yields with the lane for a little bit. Silent has the exorcism going, and Medusa just trying to do what she can. Gets the Stone Gaze off, and there's an Earth Splitter on top of it. They're just doing everything they can. Kuroki comes in with the drain, but he'll get RP. There's a 2-man RP to come in from Resolution. He's taking so much damage from these spirits. The Medusa's dead. That's gonna be 3 dying. 4 looking to come in with Mag. As Puppey gets away, he's got the Urn Charge going. There's a Rapier on the ground. Nobody picking it up just yet. Kuroki's like, what item am I gonna drop? And he will end up picking it up, and GG is called as soon as that happens, and that was the last shot for them with that Rapier.
Oh, they still had a really good shot of it, but the team fight just got picked apart really quickly. They kept on focusing odd targets there. They kept on going for like the non-single target focus fire on the Death Prophet. I don't know why the Dusa, with her Divine Rapier, decided to focus the tankiest hero of them all, but this Death Prophet has a Heart, a Shivas, a Yules. She's not going down. So, yeah, in the end there, Silent put a huge amount of emphasis into the Death Prophet. Didn't really get any split shots, not because he was doomed, but because he was out of range. And the rest of the fight just broke down on the other side, where they were kind of able to distract the Dusa, pick it apart, and go in for the win in the end. So a very, very fun game here. 38 minutes is